I never realized that there was a difference between a man in business and a woman in business because I have a lot of male energy. I'm very focused, and when I see something I want, I go after it. And so I wasn't a real emotional person. Although I was emotional on my personal side, I was not emotional in business. And the things that I have studied since then, and that I, of course, have coached on, is the difference between men and women in business. When something happens to a man in business, he looks at it, sometimes gets even, and moves on. Whereas a woman in business, we talk about it, we think about it, we mull it over, we carry a grudge, we don't want to hear anything nice about the person, and it eats away at us, whereas the guys kind of compartmentalize it and move on. So it's a very interesting way to look at business. And when I was teaching negotiation, it was the same thing. Men kind of looked at situations, and it was cut and dried. This is what we want. This is what we're willing to give up. This is what we're not willing to give up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Whereas a woman always wanted to make the other party feel welcomed and important and authenticated and to get a fair deal. And I also see it when people apply for jobs today. If a job says you need A, B, C, D, and E, and you only have A and B and maybe a little of C, a guy will look at it and say, well, you know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'm going to go apply for it. If I get it, great. If I don't get it, okay. And besides, I know I can learn all the other stuff. Whereas a woman may never apply in the first place because she says, well, I only have A and B. I don't have D and E and only partially C. So she doesn't even make the attempt. It's very interesting to look at the different approaches that both men and women have.